Today we will continue learning about experimental design. First, let's look at what is an experimental control. Well, a control is used to evaluate or decide whether an experiment is working. It is usually one test of the independent variable, the one that you choose, that is like a normal value or a reference point. All other tests can be compared to this one to help come to conclusions about the experiment. For example, let's look at this testable question. How will the air pressure inside a soccer ball affect the distance that the ball will travel when kicked? The experiment is to the right. So in the World Cup, the ball must be between 8.5 and 15.6 psi, or pounds per square inch. So the tests will include a lower pressure ball, a medium pressure ball, and a higher pressure ball. The distance that the 12 psi ball travels will be the control, because after researching, we found that this is the most common pressure of the ball used in the World Cup. The distance traveled of the lower pressure ball and the higher pressure ball will be compared to the distance traveled by this ball. In this case, the lower pressure ball will be 8 psi and the higher pressure ball will be 16 psi. Notice how the experimental balls are just outside of the recommended pressure. Now, I want you to underline the manipulated variable and circle the responding variable in the testable question. List some standardizing variables below. For number 6, what makes an experiment both fair and valid? Well, the first thing is precise and accurate measurements. Each and every measurement should be taken carefully to avoid as much error as possible. If you're not careful, you're going to end up with results that are all over the place, and they might not give you a valid result. The second thing to look out for is repeated trials. In order to increase the reliability of data, tests should be performed multiple times, and the results should be averaged for quantitative or numerical data. The last thing is detailed notes. The testable question, variables, materials, procedure, and data should be recorded in a journal so that the experiment can be repeated by someone else. Our final question is, what is the scientific method? The scientific method is a general procedure that can be used to discover connections and draw conclusions about the way things work and behave. Now, I'd like you to write brief descriptions by each phrase of the process. Keep in mind that the process is not set in stone. You need to put a big arrow from draw conclusions back to plan, because when the results of an experiment are not conclusive, you may end up replanning the procedure and re-experimenting. After you do this, please complete the Sum It Up activity.